Sitaram, Pranam, or Swagatam to all of you joining us here this evening, both in person and online. Whether via YouTube or Facebook, I want to thank you very much and give you a warm welcome joining us here this evening at Mahalakshmi Narayan Mandir, for this would be our 5th and final night of Bhagavad Yajna, and I want to wish you all a very happy Krishna Janmashtmi. For those of you joining us in person, we would have just had the honor of having Sarah, also known as Padmini, giving us a beautiful classic Lakshmi Bhajan, as our shrotas for this evening are doing Grand Puja on our beautifully decorated Bedi. I want to thank the Kalicharan and Kedar family respectively for sponsoring and allowing us to be here this evening. As we continue on with Puja, we will be having our beautifully and talented Gandharvas keep us entertained with most appropriate bhajans. As I now ask Divya to wake her mate to the harmonium, I ask for those of you who are joining us and are desirous of singing, giving your kirtan, I ask that you make your way to this stage and we'll make our best to accommodate you. And as Divya gets settled in, I just also want to say a humble Sitaram to our dharmic leaders joining us here this evening, both to Pandit Sharma, Bahut Swagatam, and Pandit Dev Ramutar. Thank you very, very much. Your presence here is truly appreciated. And without further ado, I believe our Kirtan and Gandharvas are ready to keep you entertained. So without further ado, over to them.
Ganga Maiya, Jagat Janani tu Ganga Maiya, Patita Pavan Ganga Maiya, Jagat Janani tu Ganga Maiya. Punyadayani Ganga Maiya,
beautifully done by Divya. As we would have done Kalas Puja, it's most appropriate that we pray to Ganga and asking for those Ganga as well as those other 6, in total 7, auspicious bodies of water to make their self apparent in our Kalas. As we continue along with Puja, I asked Ashana to please lead us in a Nograha Bhajan. And for those of you who know, please chorus along, as that is, clap along if you don't know the words. That is how we can raise the energy here this evening. And once again, those of you who are coming in now and are desirous and capable of singing, please, please let us know and we will do our best to accommodate you. It's one of the greatest blessings to be able to sing Bhagwad's name. So please, please, we will do our best to accommodate you as long as you are willing and able to sing Bhagwan's name. Jashana, without further ado, I ask that you please take it away.
Yeah.
you, Dashana, as we sung the glories of the Navagrahas, and we ask for their blessings, those planetary influences. We ask that as we do puja this evening, may they continue to bless us. I ask Shay to make his way to the harmonium now, to give his Shiva bhajan. And I just want to take a moment real quick to talk about these singers here, these Gandharvas that you're seeing, these very talented musicians joining us this evening. On the guitar here we have Gaurav, who this yajna, he heard we needed a guitar player and he was able to make himself available for us, and we're very, very grateful and honored to have your talent with here these 5 past nights. On keyboard we have the most respected and talented Pandit Dev. And right now, for those of you who are able to see on camera, we have 2 of our brahmacharis on the stage, Doshan and Lakshay on octopad and tabla respectfully, and our little brother Shay sitting behind the harmonium. And I want you guys to know quickly, as Shay gets prepared to do his bhajan, that these musicians that you see here are multi-talented, and all the work that you see here, a lot of it is due to them. And so, without further ado, Shay, please lead us in kirtan.
प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। सुख करता दुख हरता, पावन परमात्म है। प्रभु जी सुख का सागर है। सुख का सागर है। सुख
Thank you very, very much, Shay. Beautifully done, Prabhuji. To all our Kirtan Mandali again, beautifully talented. And as I cue up our next singer, Amba, to also give us a Shiva Bhajan as we continue with Shiva Puja, I ask that once again you give me your attention as I just ask you to quickly turn to the back. For those of you who are sitting on chairs, it'll be on your left. We do have a gift shop open at the end of the night. And I just ask that before you leave this evening, check it out. I have a list of products that we have that we're selling there. And again, this is a youth group run gift shop. We have single pack agarbatti for $2, a bundle pack of agarbatti, which includes 12 packs for $10, and a keychain holder for $10. And if you guys want to see any of those items for yourself, please give them a visit. All proceeds do go to supporting this mandir, and as you can see, supporting the youth, which is a very big part of this mandir. And I ask for your support in whatever way you can. Also, I want to announce that our Tulsi plants that you see beautifully decorating the room here this evening, giving us this true feeling of Vrindavan. They are also for sale. Whatever donation you feel like giving, you can give a donation to the temple and then take home one of these Tulsi plants for yourself, which would have been invoked with all those prayers and blessings over this past 5 nights. So please, if you are interested, you can let any familiar face know, and if not anyone else, you can come see myself and I will help direct you to the right people. Without further ado, if I could ask Ambika to please lead us in Kirtan.
Jai Parameshwara, Jai Bhuvaneshwara, Jai Shiva Shankara. Jai Shiva Shankara.
Thank you very, very much, Ambika. I will now ask if Anisa could please lead us in Tulsi Bhajan as we commence Tulsi Puja this evening. And once again, for those of you who continue to join us, we give you a warm, warm welcome and thank you for being here. It's great to see so much familiar faces and also some new faces as we thank you for being here, and we truly hope you enjoy your time with us this evening. Again, for those of you who can and are desirous of doing a bhajan, please let us know, as we will do our best to accommodate you. And if you need anything from any one of us this evening, please let us know, and we will do our best to make sure you stay here tonight is most comfortable. Without further ado, Anisa, please take it away.
गावो रे तुलसी के कीर्तन गावो रे तुलसी के कीर्तन गावो रे गावो रे तुलसी के कीर्तन गावो रे तुलसी माँ से अपने घर का आंगन दिव्य बनाओ रे गावो रे तुलसी के कीर्तन गावो रे तुलसी के कीर्तन गावो रे और सांझ तुलसी को जो भी जल अर्पण कर ध्यावे रे और सांझ तुलसी को जो भी जल अर्पण कर ध्यावे रे विवाहिता हो सदा सुहागन कन्या केवल पावे रे मनवांछित वर देवे तुलसी मनवांछित वर देवे तुलसी श्रद्धा दीप जलाओ रे गावो रे तुलसी के कीर्तन गावो रे तुलसी के कीर्तन गावो रे
you, Anissa. Beautifully and most appropriately done. Thank you very much. And it's, not everyone knows a Tulsi Bhajan. So thank you very much for allowing us the opportunity to hear that beautiful rendition this evening. As I now have the opportunity to call my sister Mira up to give us a Krishna Bhajan as we commence Krishna Puja and Govardhan Puja. I also saw and made aware that Andrew Bimal is here with us this evening. And so if you would like to give your contribution or rendition for this evening, please make your way up and we will do our utmost to have you go and give us your blessings this evening. Without further ado, Mira, if you could please give us your rendition.
बाजे पर अदर दरी मोहन मुरली पर होत पिमाया विराजे बाजे मुरलिया बाजे बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे बाजे रे मुरलिया बाजे.
Thank you very much, Mira. What a wonderful energy to have. Such an energetic bhajan. Thank you very much. As I see Andrew, I ask him to make his way to the harmonium, to give his contribution. And as we keep our mind focused on that form of Krishna Bhagwan, we all know why we're here this evening, as we celebrate Krishna Janmashtmi, that birth of Sri Krishna. And I can tell you all that you're in for a treat this evening, as we have a beautiful service and program prepared. And I thank you very, very much once again for being here. And I know you hear these words and they're only words, but truly, your presence is what makes this possible. That energy, that love. We can only feel that so much through a screen, so much through a like. Not to say don't like and don't share, but when people are here with you, you can truly feel the energy of the devotees and your love. So thank you once again. As I hand it over to Andrew, and right after Andrew, if I could ask Brittany to please queue up. Thank you. Thank you very much, Andrew, for Krishna Janmashtmi. And as Brittany makes her way behind the harmonium, I want to take a moment to explain that beautiful bhajan we just heard. Krishna Janmashtmi, Gokula Janmashtami. This bhajan tells of the story of Krishna and how Krishna once dwelt in Gokul, and we sing his salutations again and again. Krishna Janmashtmi. Barambara pranamahe, barambara pranamahe. Very, very beautiful done. Thank you very, very much once again, Andrew. As I now have the honor of asking Brittany to keep our mind focused on that divine form of Bhagwan Sri Krishna.
Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om 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 Hari Keshav Hari Govinda 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 Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om Hari Sundara Nanda Mukunda Hari Narayana Hari Om बनवारी मुरली धारी गोवर्धन गिरिवरधारी 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 नित नित कर मातन चोरी गोपी मनहारी नित नित कर मातन चोरी गोपी मनहारी हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम 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 आओ रे कान्हा रे गोकुल के प्यारे 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 आओ रे नाचो रे रास रचाओ रे 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 हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम हरि सुंदर नंद मुकुंदा हरि नारायण हरि ओम
What an amazing bhajan. Hari Sundarananda Mukunda. Thank you very, very much, Brittany. As I ask Arya to make her way to give us her bhajan, I ask you to continue to focus your mind on Lord Krishna. And as our young daughter makes her way to the harmonium, please lend me your ears for one moment. I want to remind you once again, as you look around this altar and around this room, you'll see these beautiful tulsi plants planted by the devotees of this mandir. And once again, they are available for purchase. There's no set price. Whatever donation you want to give to the temple, you can give that donation and take that tulsi home. And it is truly a blessing to have tulsi in your life. It's said that you should actually eat a tulsi every day. And so if you don't already have a tulsi plant, and even if you do, please give us something and take a tulsi with you. These tulsi are very special. They've been with us from the commencement of this yajna, and they truly have all that energy soaked up into them. So please, please, if you're interested, let us know. And even if you're leaving early, I ask you don't, but if you have to leave early and you are interested in purchasing one, that is still possible. So please let us know, and we'll make sure that you get one. And without further ado, I believe our daughter and our sister is ready. So Arya, please lead us in your beautiful bhajan.
Jai Hare Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna, Govardhana Giridhari. 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 Radha Mohan, Radha Jeevan, Radha Mohan, Radha Jeevan, Mangala Kunja Vihari, Mangala Kunja Vihari. Jai Hare Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna, Govardhana Giridhari. 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 Radha Mohan, Radha Jeevan, Radha Mohan, Radha Jeevan, Mangala Kunja Vihari, Mangala Kunja Vihari. Jai Hare Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna, Govardhana Giridhari. Jai Hare Krishna, Jai Hare Krishna, Govardhana Giridhari. Radha Mohan, Radha Jeevan, Radha Mohan, Radha Jeevan, Mangala Kunja Vihari, Mangala Kunja Vihari, Mangala Kunja Vihari, Mangala Kunja Vihari.
Thank you very, very much, Arya. Beautiful, beautiful Krishna bhajan, one after another. There's so many ways we can call Krishna's name, so many ways we can worship him. And one of the most easiest ways is simply calling his name, calling the Lord's name. He will never ignore his devotees. He will always answer. And as I ask Arya Adia to make her way up and thank Arya once again for her rendition. For those of you who have not sung as yet, don't worry, we will accommodate you. We have a full night to sing God's name and many, many kirtan more to go. So please, please don't worry. Have your bhajan ready and you will be accommodated. As I now pass it over to Adia, please take it away.
Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Krishna Bihari, Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Krishna Bihari, Jai Radha
Thank you very, very much, Adia. Once again, as we keep our mind focused on that 8th incarnation of Vishnu Bhagwan, Lord Krishna, and as you gaze upon the Murti here, beautifully, beautifully dressed, amongst all these plants and animals, you truly do get that feel of Vrindavan. As I ask Shaya to please make her way to the harmonium. Again, you will see this evening a range of singers, for some very young, I believe Shaya is 6 years old, to a few older individuals whose name we will not, disclose. But actually, also, I should correct myself before I hear some complaints from her. Shai is actually 7. She would have celebrated her birthday during when we had our multi-Kunhavan event. And it just goes to show how many events we have here and how many children we have here, because clearly I can't keep up with their age. Without further ado, it looks like our youngest sister here is ready. And again, please, those of you who are in Kirtan, have your Krishna bhajan ready, as we will continuously go and chant the name of Krishna Bhagwan. Shaya, please take it away.
Gopala, Gopala, Nacho Gopala, 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 Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Gopala, Gopala, Nacho Gopala, 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 Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Gopala, Gopala, Nacho Gopala, 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 Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Gopala, Gopala, Nacho Gopala, 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 Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Gopala, Gopala, Nacho Gopala, 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 Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Roma, Joma, Roma, Joma, Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Sai Nandalala.
Thank you very, very much to our dear sister Shaya. Beautifully, beautifully done. And just goes to show that, with age, no matter how young or how old, there is no excuse for not singing God's name. For those of you capable of singing, there is no excuse why you shouldn't sing the graces of Bhagwan. And as you can see, our beautiful sister here, Crystal, as she sets up behind the harmonium, I ask once again that you please stay attuned. And I would like to take the time to announce that if you also take a look around you, you will see these beautiful and large portraits of various manifestations of the Divine Lord. We have Shiva and Parvati and Shiva and his entire Palivar to the far end near the entrance, as well as Vishnu and Lakshmi by my side and directly in the center of our altar. We would have Gopala surrounded by those many gopis. And these beautiful, beautiful images that you see before you are actually going to be up for auction throughout the night. Again, there's no set price. We'll start the auction, and whoever is desirous of having these images to take home with them, you can give, and we will be performing an auction. And then again, whoever is the highest bidder, as you would say, will get the great blessing and privilege to take these images home with you. Without further ado, I now ask you to please give your attention to Crystal. And for those of you desirous of buying Tulsi, feel free to let myself or any one of the members of the Mahalakshmi Narayan Mandir know. I just ask that for those of you who are choosing your Tulsi, please be aware some of them have already been purchased and do have names on them. So if you do come across one that already has a name, I ask that you please look and find a different one. Or come to one of ourselves and we'll make sure you get a very, very good Tulsi to take home. Thank you, and without further ado, Crystal, please take it away.
Shri Govardhana Nat Pada Yugalam Hayangavani Priyam Nityam Shri Maduradipam Sukharam Shri Vitale Shambuda Kanhaiya, 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 tujhe aana padega, vachan geet wala nibhana padega, vachan geet wala nibhana padega, Kanhaiya, 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 tujhe aana padega, vachan geet wala nibhana padega, vachan geet wala nibhana padega.
Thank you very, very much, Crystal. And as we keep our mind attuned, we'll move straight along into our next rendition, done by our sister Padmini, who is also a member of the youth group and one of the individuals, along with the many youth you see featured here, who has come many, many nights before the yajna, who was able to put this together. And while I mention that fact, I also want to take a quick moment to thank the numerous parents, all those fathers who are here allowing us to have the space to be in, who are furnishing, setting up, to the many mas and sisters who helped with the decor. A special shout out goes to Divine Designs by Natasha and MJK Designs, who I believe is actually in-house with us this evening. We want to thank you very, very much for allowing us to be surrounded by this beautiful decor. These backdrops you see behind Kirtan Mandali, as well as behind Vyas, would have been done by them. And all the decoration of the Tosi, the Bedi, and all others would have been done by the devotees of this mandir. And it goes to show that when people come together, how great things can happen. As Padmini goes straight into her rendition, I also want to cue up Uncle Jimmy, who is here with us in the audience. Uncle Jimmy, if you could please make your way forward to please give us a beautiful, beautiful bhajan. And for those of you who are singers here this evening, please have your Krishna bhajan ready, as I'll be queuing you up one after the other.
Krishna Murari ji aank basi man baage ho baage bihari ji aank basi man baage Krishna Murari ji
Thank you very much, Padmini. Beautifully, beautifully done. Thank you very, very much. And as I asked Adelia, another daughter of this temple, to make her way to the harmonium, I once again want to take a moment to acknowledge those pundits and dharmic leaders within our community who have made a special, special effort to be here with us this evening. We have Pandit Sharma in the audience, as well as Pandit Dave behind the keyboard. And once again, your presence here truly, truly is appreciated. I also want to give you a quick heads up, as is customary, that I will be calling on you shortly to give your blessings for us this evening. So without further ado, over to you, Adelia, and then we'll be moving straight along. Thank you very, very much, Adelia, for that Krishna bhajan. And as Dashana makes her way to give us another Krishna rendition, truly take a moment to listen to what these children are singing, the multiple names of Bhagwan, Sri Krishna. Beautifully, beautifully done, Adelia. And as Dashana makes her way and gets set up, I want to take a moment of your time while I have the mic to just let you know about a few of our future events coming up here at Mahalakshmi Narayan Mandir. If you would have took a look at the door as you came in and along the wall in the room where you would have left your shoes, you'd have seen posters for our Ganesh Chaturthi, which will be 10 days, happening from August 30th to September 9th, which is very, very soon. If you're desirous of getting involved, of sponsoring, or anything of the sort, please let us know. And another poster would be posted on the same wall. We're also having Garud Puran reading from September 16th to September 18th. Not very long, just 3 nights. So please make an effort to attend. You know, just before Navratri starts and after Ganesha Chaturthi, we still keep your minds concentrated on the divine form of Bhagavan. And without further ado, Dashana, if you could start your rendition. And right after Dashana, if I could have the honor of calling Pandit Sharma to give a few words of blessings with us here this evening. And at this time, I'd actually like to ask Pandit Dev to please give us a few renditions and his blessings, whatever he has to offer to us tonight. Please, if you could come, make your way to the harmonium and give us your divine blessing. I also want to say a humble Sitaram to those of you who just walked in. Sitaram, Pranam, thank you for joining us here this evening. As we continue to keep our mind focused on Bhagwan, I ask that you please be prepared to give your contribution shortly after, as we listen to now Pandit Dev and give him our undivided attention. Thank you.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् बात निहारे अरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैनन नीर भरे बात निहारे अरे बात निहारे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैनन नीर भरे आस करे दिन रे आस करे दिन रे नैन नीर भरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैन नीर भरे जोगी ध्यान में जोगी ध्यान में चित्त नहीं लागे जोगी ध्यान में जोगी ध्यान में चित्त नहीं लागे मन की फिर ही पल पल जागे मन की फिर ही पल पल जागे रैनो जगे अभिराम नैन नीर भरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैन नीर भरे बन के बिहारी कृष्ण कन्हाई बन के बिहारी बन के बिहारी कृष्ण कन्हाई काहे सके बिसराई काहे कब आओगे मेरे धाम कब आओगे मेरे धाम कब आओगे मेरे धाम नैनन नीर भरे बात निहारे अरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैनन नीर भरे नैनन नीर भरे नैनन नीर भरे नैनन नीर भरे बात निहारे अरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैनन नीर भरे पतित पावन मोहे शरण मिली जो नाथ सखा हरि दर्शन दीजो पतित पावन मोहे शरण मिली जो नाथ सखा हरि दर्शन दीजो लगन लगी तेरे नाम लगन लगी तेरे नाम नैनन नीर भरे बात निहारे अरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैनन नीर भरे आस करे दिन रे आस करे दिन रे नैनन नीर भरे बात निहारे अरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैनन नीर भरे नैनन नीर भरे नैनन नीर भरे नैनन नीर भरे बात निहारे अरे बात निहारे घनश्याम नैनन
Thank you very, very much, Pandit Dave. And that's only a sneak peek of half the talent that he has. And something that's even more admirous is that not only does he sing, but he spreads that knowledge with a bunch of his students. And that's truly what we ask of from our leaders, is that they provide the opportunity for the youth, who is the future, to be able to spread their dharma, spread that culture. And once again, thank you very, very much, Pandit Dev. Without further ado, I ask that you all stand as I have the honor and privilege of asking my brother, this Brahmachari Doshan, to lead us in opening prayers as we welcome our Vyasji of the night.
Om Gurure Brahma Gurure Vishnu Gurure Devo Maheshwara Gurure Sakshat Param Brahma Tasme Shri Guruve Namah Vakratunda Mahakaya सूर्यकोटि समाप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्परं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः नमस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुलारविन्द्यत्यापत्रनेत्रा येन त्वा भारततेजपूर्णा प्रज्वलतु ज्ञानमया प्रपद्या हरि ओम शांति हरि ओम प्रेम से बोलो व्यास महाराज की जय. And I hand this over back to our MC.
Thank you very, very much, Doshin. I ask that you all kindly take your seat. I now have the privilege of asking Rishi, who is seated behind the harmonium, to lead us in the most appropriate Guru Bhajan, followed by opening arti, after which I will ask you all to stand once again. Without further ado, as we commence Vyas Puja, once again sponsored this evening by the Kalishan and Kedar family, to please take it away, Taylor.
सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया. सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया. हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया. सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया. सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया. हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया. सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया. रहते जलने वाले आपके नजरों में हर गदी. रहते जलने वाले आपके नजरों में हर गदी. मस्ती का जमे अपने ऐसा पिला दिया. सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया. हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया. भूला हुआ तारे से था वक्त हुआ था मैं. भूला हुआ तारे से था वक्त हुआ था मैं. किस्मत ने मुझको आपके काबिल बना दिया. सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया. हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे
प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया।
हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। रहते चलने वाले आपके नजरों में हर गदी। रहते चलने वाले आपके नजरों में हर गदी। मस्ती का जम अपने ऐसा पिला दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। जिस दिन मुझे को अपने अपना बना लिया। जिस दिन मुझे को अपने अपना बना लिया। दोनों जहां को दास ने तब से बुला दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया। जिसने किसी के को आज तक सजने के जिसने किसी के को आज तक सजने के वो सभी मैंने आपके मेरे पर झुका दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। हमको तुम्हारे प्यारे ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यारे ने जीना सिखा दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यार ने जीना सिखा दिया। रहते जलने वाले आपके नजरों में रख दे। रहते जलने वाले आपके नजरों में रख दे। मस्ती का जम अपने ऐसा पिला दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यार ने जीना सिखा दिया। हमको तुम्हारे प्यार ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यार ने जीना सिखा दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यार ने जीना सिखा दिया। हमको तुम्हारे प्यार ने इंसान बना दिया। सतगुरु तुम्हारे प्यार ने जीना सिखा दिया। जीना सिखा दिया। जीना सिखा दिया।
Thank you very, very much, Rishi, for that Guru Bhajan. And I ask as we once again all stand as we do opening arti.
Om Jai Shri Radha 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 Jai Shri Krishna 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 Shri Radha Krishna Namah Shri Radha
Krishna Namah.
Oh Jai Shri Radha
Radha Radha
Jai Shri Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Shri Radha Krishna Namah
Shri Radha Krishna Namah.
चंद्रमुखे चंचले चित चोरे शुभ सवारे सूरते भोरे शाम शाम एक सी दोरे श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। हो जय श्री राधा
Radha Radha
जय श्री कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna
श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। पंचरंग चोनर केसर प्यारे पत पीताम्बर का मेरे कारे एक रूप अनुपम जब प्यारे श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। हो जय श्री राधा
Radha Radha
जय श्री कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna
श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। हो जय श्री राधा
Radha Radha
जय श्री कृष्णा
Krishna Krishna
श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः।
Thank you very much, and I ask that you all kindly take your seat. Before I have the honor of asking our Vyas for this evening, Pandit Jigeshwar, my guru, to lead us in Bhagavad Katha, I also have the honor this evening of calling upon Pandit Sharma to please give us his few word of blessings before we commence this evening. And so without further ado, I ask Pandit Sharma to please come forward as he shares with us his words of blessing this evening.
Palagi Vyas Maharaj. To all of you, relatives and friends, devotees all, I bid you namaste, namaskar, Ram Ram, Jai Sitaram, Radhe Shyam. You can choose one or take all. Thank you all very much. My remarks would first be addressed to Vyas Maharaj. For some reason or other, he trusts me, and he gave me permission to start off tonight's katha with my reading. I am very pleased to hear that because he will come after me and correct the mistakes I make and fill in the gaps I leave behind. Oh, it's not working? That's better now? Okay. I didn't want to sound too loud in your ears. Please, first of all, join me in prayers. Clasp your hands, close your eyes, bow your heads in supplication to God. Om Shanno Mitra Shang Vaduna. Who else? What else? Come on, help me. Shanno Mitra Shang Vaduna Shanno Bhava Tvaryama Shanno Indro Shang Brihaspati Shanno Vishnu Rukrama. Om Namaste Brahmane Namaste Vayu Tvameva Pratyakshan Tvamasi Tvameva Kevalang Kartasi Tvameva Kevalang Hartasi Tvameva Kevalang Dhartasi Tvameva Sarvam Kalbidang Brahmasi. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Om Lambodar Namastubhyam Satatang Modak Priya Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Shri Ganapataye Namah. Om Saraswatyai Namo Nityam Bhadrakalyai Namo Namah. Veda Vedanta Vedanga Vidyasthani Bhevacha Shri Saraswataye Namah. Om Akhanda Mandala Karang Vyaptang Yena Characharam Tatpadang Darshitang Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. The main reason for us being here tonight is to celebrate the arrival of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is one of the avatars of Lord Vishnu. And as we go along the katha, Vyas Maharaj will give you a better explanation for all this. In the meantime, he has kindly given me permission to start this katha tonight. I start off by reading, first of all, from the Prem Sagar. The Prem Sagar is a very, very old book which details the life of Lord Krishna. And it goes like this. Mathura Puri ka ahuk naam Raja, jinke do bete, ek ka naam Devak और दूसरा नाम उग्रसेन. कितने एक दिन पीछे उग्रसेन ही वहाँ का राजा हुआ, जिसकी एक ही रानी जिसका नाम पवन रेखा और अति सुंदरी और पतिव्रता था. आठों पहर स्वामी की आज्ञा में रहे. Now I can read this and we'll stay till 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. What I've done, I've gone through it and I've made an English translation of it. So that is what I'm going to offer you tonight, a quick, short explanation of all that's happening. This is a preamble to the katha that Vyas Maharaj will read tonight. In the state of Mathurapuri, there was a king named Ahuk. King Ahuk had two sons named Devak and Ugrasen. Devak did not seem to have much interest in the state, and so Ugrasen inherited the kingdom. He got married to a very beautiful girl named Pawan Rekha. Pawan Rekha was much younger than Raja Ugrasen. The king had a very special part of the palace prepared and furnished for his queen. You know, long time ago, when a lady got married very young, she was allowed to go back to her parents' place and stay for a while. My mother, for example, got married when she was in 5th standard. She went back to school tying rumal on her head. And 5 years later, my father came and took her home. This is why Raja Ugrasen had this special place prepared for his queen, because she was much too young. He also assigned trustworthy people to be her attendants while he waited for her to become mature. One day, the queen complained about feeling unwell and got the king's permission to take some of her attendants and go for an outing in the woods not far from the palace. The king sent some of his trusted guards to convey them to a chosen spot and set up a tent. As the attendants prepared the place to make the queen comfortable, she walked off into the woods, admiring the beautiful plants, flowers, and little animals. She came upon a beautiful stream and paused to admire a little waterfall and a pond. As she wandered into the woods, Pawan Rekha got separated from her attendants. And now these pages stick together. Please be with me. Oh, there we go. After a while, she was confronted by a Rakshas named Drumalik, who took the form of King Ugrasen, pretending to be her husband and wanted to make love to her. The queen refused his advances, but he imposed himself upon her, and she became pregnant and bore a son named Kansa. Our scriptures state that at the time of his birth, severe weather prevailed. There were thunderstorms, a lot of lightning and thunder, and stars fell out of the sky. Even as a little boy, Kansa was very cruel. It took no real reason at all for him to beat up upon other little boys and crush them to death. He would stand on their chest and beat them until they don't breathe anymore. When he grew older, he imprisoned the king and took regency over the kingdom. As king, he invaded and plundered neighboring states if they did not give him what he wanted. His chacha, Devak, had a daughter named Devaki. It was arranged that she would get married to Vasudeva. Kans decided to host the wedding and be the charioteer. While driving the chariot, a voice came from the sky telling Kans that the 8th child of Devaki, a boy, would end his life. Kans was enraged and was about to kill Devaki, but Vasudeva assured him that he would personally bring each child to him upon birth. When Devaki got pregnant for the 8th time, Raja Kans placed him in a maximum security prison with armed guards. This is the preamble to Krishna Janmashtmi. As Maharaj, my sincere thanks to you once again, and thank you all for being so patient and listening to me. Thanks again. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om.
Thank you very, very much, Panditji. Pandit Sharma once again has been joining us night after night here at Mahalakshmi Narayan Mandir, and we thank you for your words of wisdom and prayers. At this time, before I have the honor of passing it over to our Vyas, if I can ask Mala Kedu, along with her sister Anu, to come to the harmonium and give a rendition. And after they give a rendition, I ask if Auntie Michelle could please give a rendition as well. And then at that point, we will pass it over to our Vyas for this evening. For those of you who are just joining, a humble Sitaram and Pranam. And as they get situated over there, I just have a few words that I'd like to share with you. For those of you who haven't yet got to sing, please do not worry, as we will have Krishna Puja when Krishna is born and he's brought in. At that time we'll be charhawing Parsad, and at that time we will need you once again to keep our mind focused on the Bhagwan, so you will charhaw your Parsad and then come up, please, and give us rendition at that time. If for whatever reason you do need to leave, I understand it is a Thursday night. A lot of you are still going to work tomorrow morning, still coming from work, and we understand and appreciate you being here. No problem, you can see any of these brahmacharis lined up on that side of the Bedi, and they will charhawa your parsad for you before you go. If you need to leave and you also need some bhojan, please come and someone in the back will help you take some before you go. And without further ado, I have the honor of asking these two sisters to give us a rendition. And quickly, I also want to say thank you to Ray for being here with us. Ray is a very talented tabla player, and it's an honor to have him and his Dharma Patni here with us this evening. Without further ado, over to you.
मोर बोले चकोर बोले आज राधा के नैनों में शाम डोले मोर बोले चकोर बोले आज राधा के नैनों में शाम डोले मोर बोले चकोर बोले
Thank you very, very much to these two talented sisters, Anu and Nirmala. Thank you very, very much. And thank you once again, Rave, as Auntie Michelle makes her way to give us our last rendition before we hand it over to Vyas. I also want to take this time, while I have your attention, to once again mention some of the upcoming events we have here at the temple. We have Ganesh Chaturthi Yagya and Utsav, and if you're interested in sponsoring any of those 10 days, please let us know. Posters and exact dates, as well as contact information and how you can get involved, are posted around the temple. But just so it's fresh in your mind, that's going to be from August 30th to September 9th, very, very soon. We also have Garud Puran reading in September from the 16th to the 8th. And then in November, we have our gala, which is a very, very big event we have. And if you think this is impressive, which I'm sure, I sure do, I can tell you that the gala is only going to be better. Now that they're all settled, I ask Auntie Michelle to please give us her rendition for this evening, and then we'll be handing it over to our Vyas.
Rama
much, Auntie Michelle. As I take this moment to say Sitaram, Pranam, or Swagatam to all of you here this evening, I want to give you a very warm welcome to all the mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, our sponsors this evening, and our singers, Mata or Pita, Bay or Beheno, our Gandhavas, and our Shrotas for this evening. I want to give you all a humble Sitaram as I bow to you and thank you once again for joining us this evening for Krishna Janmashtmi. We would have now, those of you who joined us from the commencement, have done Puja and have listened to a beautiful kirtan, keeping our mind focused on that divine Lord. Without further ado, I would now like to hand it over to the Vyas for this evening, who has been leading us in the 4 nights already of Bhagavad Katha, and this being the 5th and final night. I ask that you give him your undivided attention.
एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्। ॐ सरस्वते विद्महे ब्रह्मपुत्राय धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। ॐ ज्वलाय विद्महे अग्निदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो अग्नि प्रचोदयात्। ॐ चतुर्मुखाय विद्महे पद्मासनाय धीमहि तन्नो ब्रह्म प्रचोदयात्। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात्। ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्। ॐ दशरथाय विद्महे सीतावल्लभाय धीमहि तन्नो राम प्रचोदयात्। ॐ महालक्ष्मी च विद्महे शिवाप्रियराय धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात्।
भूर्भुवस्व स्वाहा।
ॐ दामोदराय विद्महे रुक्मणी वल्लभाय धीमहि तन्नो कृष्ण
प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्व स्वाहा।
ॐ गिरिजाय विद्महे शिवाप्रियराय धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गे
प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्व स्वाहा।
ॐ भास्कराय विद्महे दिव्याकराय धीमहि तन्नो सूर्य
प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्व स्वाहा।
ॐ पृथ्वी दिव्याय विद्महे सहस्रमूर्ताय धीमहि तन्नो पृथ्वी प्रचोदयात्।
ॐ भूर्भुवस्व स्वाहा।
तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न
प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्व स्वाहा।
सर्वपापहरं दिव्यं गाङ्गेयं निर्मलं जलम् आचमनीयं च मया दातं गृहीतां पुरुषोत्तमं। प्रेम सुलग्नि भगवान
की जय।
पूज्य पंडित समाज, पंडित शर्मा जी, पंडित देवानंद जी, my dear brahmacharis, bhakta shrotaganas, our Gandharvas, our humble children of Mahalakshmi Narayana Mandir, माता पिता भाई और बहनों, आज गुरुवार दिन में जन्माष्टमी, as we speak, we are still in that Saptami Tithi, that seventh date, that seventh Tithi in this month of Bharao. Just after 11 will be Ashtami Tithi. Ashtami Tithi. Meaning when Bhagavan manifests myself. My dear friends, when the Lord manifests in us, when we rejuvenate ourselves. And so on this Saptami Tithi, respected mothers and fathers, servants of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, मैं बहुत बहुत स्वागत प्रणाम, दंडवत करो प्रणाम. I bow to that Brahman, that Purusha, that spark of God within all of us. For that God manifests in you, in your loved ones, and not in your loved ones as well. In the streams, in the mountains, in the animal, and other classes of animal, may I say. The Lord of all animals is Mahadeva, Pashupatinath, O Nath of all Pashu. The Lord of all animals is Mahadeva. My dear friends, the trees, the birds, and all manifestation, we bow to this evening, including Manushrupam. Once again, pranam, koti koti pranam. Pranam, as we always greet Sitaram, Ram Ram, Jai Sitaram. The prana, this oxygen that we inhale, prana, apuna, the oxygen and the carbon dioxide. We inhale and we exhale. I recognize that prana, that source of life, that breath can only come from Bhagavan, no one else. Look how easy it is. We don't even think of our breathing. When you have a little stuffiness, then you realize how important is that breathing. Then you realize how important. You run up the stairs a little bit, you pant. You realize how important it is. But this prana, this Lord or Bhagavan, may that prana continue to flow in our world. Pranam. I bow to you, that God-like within all of you. Your fasting, your prayers night after night on this Vedi, at the feet of Param Shakti. In Bhagavad Katha, everything can be found. Pancha Veda, we are told, no? My dear friends, tonight as we celebrate the significance 5,000 years ago and before, and still relevant, still applicable, tonight I say thank you to our dear sponsors, Shriman and Shrimati Kalicharan, Shriman and Shrimati Kedar and family. Wonderful servants of this mandir, not withholding, my dear Bhaktajano, not withholding. Their children are, of course, by God children, and blessed is this Palivar. As this family today give thanks to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, as this gav, as this mandir, we give thanks as an entire family. But above all, Pitaji Paul, Kalicharan, Janakji, and Auntie Joyce, they want to say thank you to Bhagavan as their dear son, Krish. He's celebrating his birthday today. 15 years old. Happy, happy birthday, son. Let us give him a round of applause. He tell me soon he have to get married. Don't like hear that. My dear friends, as we gather with him tonight and as we celebrate Bhagavan's Krishna birthday, Krishna celebrating Krishna birthday. What we will say a coincidence. My dear friends, as we all celebrate and this family affords us this opportunity, again, as my dear daughter, our MC, who have mentioned before, if you would like to have something to drink, please feel free to come to the back. You can go out on that door and come around here at the back. Please feel free to have bhojan. Do not wait until we are finished. Tonight is a special night, not for you, Jay. You gotta stay with me to the end. But if you want to have something to eat, please do. Do not sit there and be shy. Kids, parents, please go get some to them, feed them at the back. That same lovely young lady that sang earlier, Michelle, she's the bandara keeper at the back. She'll take care of us with her tea. If you have to leave, as my dear daughter say, please indicate to someone there. We'll offer you prasadam because I know everybody have things to do. One of the brahmacharis will do that for you. Make sure you take prasadam. Do not leave without prasadam. And those who only come one night, you can't leave. If they're thinking, I'm just messing with you guys. And who come the second night, you can't leave too. AJ? My dear devotees, please be comfortable. I know it's a little warm. This was the atmosphere when Bhagwan was about to come. Just before he about to come, then it become a little more calm and cooler. That climax moment, if you're bench pressing, you're jogging, you're dancing, whatever you're doing, and you got to get to the end, you feel like you want to stop right there and now. Right, Jay? But as soon as you stop, you lose the momentum. Soon as you can do one more, we lose it. Hang in with us. Bhagavan is testing our faith here tonight. Remember, I told you about faith throughout this yajna. Do not give up. Do not give up easily. If you cannot sit for something, what would you stand for? Bhakta Jana. This moment, as we worship Bhagavan, we'll do katha. We'll welcome Bhagavan Shri Krishna. We'll offer his prasadam. As customary at 12, I will welcome him. But let me warn you, I would not do that tonight. We'll bring him in a little before. So by the time we offer your prasadam and so forth, we are close to 12. And so that we can able to tidy up here, that's my reason. And then we can send you home nicely. All right? So just bear with us a little bit, have that little faith. We are blessed, you know, all of us, either from Guyana, Trinidad, India, we are from. Except for India, especially Guyana and Trinidad. Any photo, any Sarnamis in the house? I think so, maybe. But even now, today, we cannot celebrate Janmashtmi 12 o'clock back home to now. Everybody's scared for their life. 6 o'clock, you gotta done puja and go home back. Although we are in Guyana, our birthplace, look in Canada where we migrate and make home. We can sit in peace without worrying if the car will gone. If this one said slipper disappear, I hope that never will happen, eh? You don't have to worry whilst you're praying here, somebody breaking into your home. Shri Gurubhyo Namah Shri Mahaganapataya Namah Shri Saraswati Namah Om Lakshmi Naranaya Namah Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Shri Surya Navagraha Devaya Namah Shri Namaschandikaya Namah Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha
Nirvignam Kuru me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada
Saraswati Maya Devi Hansavayani Dayani
Vina Pustak Samayuktam Vedyadanam Devumam
Trayambakam Yajamahi Sugandhim
Vardhanam Urivarukamiva Bandhana Mrityore Mokshi Amamrita
Jai Tvam Devi Chamunde Jai Bhuta Paharani
Jai Sarvagate Devi Kale Ratri Namostute
Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah
Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya व्यासाय रूपविष्णवे नमो वे ब्रह्मानिधाय वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती भगवती व्यासं ततो जयमुद्रीयते अखण्डमण्डलाकारं
व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः
तस्मै श्री
गुरुवे नमः
हरि ओम शांति
शांति शांति हरि ओम तत्सत्
रिधि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि सदन वर वदना सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन के लाल को रिधि सिद्धि दाता सिद्धि सदन वदन सुमिरो बारंबार सुमिरो बारंबार मदन कदन के लाल गणपति कृपा निधान ज्ञान अखंड आनंद भवन देहु मोहि ये वरदान वर नव भाषा भागवत जया 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 जगदीश सेवत शेष महेश जा महिमा अमिता अभवे वेद वेद जनत नहीं कर मुरली उरमा शीश मुकुट किट पीत पर यश विनय नंदला यश विनय नवनंदला वसुहृदया मम निशा दिशा गुरुपद पंकज श्री कहु भगवत की कथा जय सुखदेव मुनि जय सुखदेव मुनि कही परीक्षित निपति सही रिधि सिद्धि दाता सीधी सदन वरन वरन सुमिरो बारंबार सुमिरो मदन कदन के लाल को मदन मदन के लाल को मदन कदन के लाल को श्री भागवत महापुराण की जय। My dear Bhaktajano, as Baba alluded to the fact earlier, and exactly where we stopped at the junction last evening, Kamsa, who in their right mind would imprison their father, Ugrasen. Kamsa imprisoned his father, and of course, against his will. because He wants to rule dharmically. And I told you last evening, yada yada hi dharmasya paritrani sadhuna in 4, 7 and 8 Bhagavad Gita. Shri Krishna tell again and again that I will come when we need. I will come when righteousness is on the decline, when our dharmicness is on the rise, when unrighteousness is taking seat in this Kali age, in that Krita age, Dwapar, in all the ages, my friends, when our dharmicness, doing the wrong become the right one day. And it's morally accepted, my dear devotees. And so Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, He will come on a night, a moment as we will be approaching. We are told Mother Earth, she went to Lord Brahma, seek the blessings of Mother Earth. We talked extensively last evening because she needed help. It was a burden. It was too much of pain on her. And so she went to Sriman Narayan along with Brahma. And Bhagavan Narayan promised, he told that I will come. He gave instruction, just like in Ramayana, just like in Ramcharitamanas. All the Devatas, you come down before. Brahma, Nal, Neel, Angar, all these guys who were there supporting Shri Ram. Brahma, they all heavenly region come down to support. Bhagavan Shiva himself came as Mahavira Swami. Rudra Avatar, same thing. Everybody came to support the story what we said. Bhagavan Sriman Narayan says, I will come as that Purna Avatar, Shri Krishna. And Baldev, Balram, the brother, Sheshanag, who is Lakshmana with Ram's story, he come again to support Shri Krishna. My dear friends, we know the children was being handed over to Kamsa. Kirtiman, the very first child, has been given and handed back over. And we know Kamsa set about to destroy the kul of the Yaduvanshi, the whole lineage of Yaduvanshi. But my dear friends, the Lord was about to enter the womb of Devaki. The Lord was about to enter the womb of Devaki. My dear devotees, let the Lord tonight, as much as you can, be comfortable and peaceful and in one with your Lord. Feel the energy of Shri Krishna. As our dear musicians and Gandharvas, they tried their best to create that ambience, that energy, to keep our mind deep within ourselves. Do not make the mistake and go looking out for it. You will waste the entire life and won't find that what you're looking for. Go within, because that is where your Shri Krishna is. My dear friends, the time was there where the instruction of the Lord is about to enter the womb. Allow me to, in this Atha Vidyoga Adhyaya, in this 10th book in the first half of Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana, there are 12 skanda, 12 chapters, but in the 10th book, 10th chapter, the shloka Bhagavan tells us. It says, as we permit in your mind, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayana Namah, as we chant to Bhagavan.
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र 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 नंद के दुलारे नंद
के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे, बोलो
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे,
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे,
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे।
जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे,
जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे।
Who are we calling upon? Jai Jai Shri Krishna Chandra. That Krishna is beautiful like the moon. Nanda ke dulari. Nanda Baba Dularu. Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Nanda ke dulari pyari, O love of this world. The love of Nanda Baba Yashoda Maya. We call upon you. May that energy, may that sattwicness come in our lives. Saptama Vishwam Dhana Yanmantam Prayakshayate Garbho Bhabhuva Deka Harshoka Vivardana. Jai Jai Shri
जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद की दुलारी, जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद की दुलारी।
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे,
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे,
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे,
नंद के दुलारे प्यारे नंद के दुलारे।
जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे,
जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे, 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 जय जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र नंद के दुलारे।
My dear friends, Saptamo Vaishwam Dhamam Yantanam Prakshate Garbo. In that Garba, in that womb, it says, when the sixth boy of Devaki has been killed by Kamsa, remember I told you, he was about to leave them all. And then Narad Muni adds some flavor to this kahani. Narad Muni said, which one really is the eighth one? Which side are we starting from, this side or that side? So Kansa didn't take no chance. Kansa decided to extradite them all. My dear friends, the sixth boy of Devaki has been killed by Kamsa, the son of Ugrasen. The ray of Bhagavan Vishnu, whom the devotees speak of as Ananta, entered the womb of Devaki as her seventh child. And that, my dear friends, enhanced her delight and grief. What happened, my dear Bhaktajano? Perceiving the fair born of Kamsa, the Yaduvansi, the soul of this universe, Bhagavan Sriman Narayan, he commended, as a matter of fact, he commanded Yoga Maya, my dear friends. He commanded Yoga Maya to perform a scene. Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma,
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ,
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ,
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ,
बोलो
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
भागवतं विशात्मं वेद्य कंसा भायव मायाहं निजानाय योग माया समाधीशनं दक्षा देवी प्रजम्भाद्रे गो गोविलोलङ्कय
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
रोहिणी वसुदेवाया भार्या से नंदा गोकुले अन्यश्चा कंसा विग्रहा वीराशे भवन्ति जा मेकाजा धर्माशेकं दामाकं तथा से कृष्ण
जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ, 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 जय जय अम्बे भवानी माँ।
प्रेम से भवानी माता की जय। Bhagavan, my friend, Sriman Narayan summon and command Yog Maya, that Devi. Yog Maya, light can go on. Thank you. Yog Maya is the mother of illusion, the mother who controls this earthly plane. And it's told that in the seventh child, we know the kahani, my dear friends. Let this child be transferred to Yashoda Maya, Nanda Baba, in the womb, Yog Maya. Yog Maya performed that miracle where, my dear friends, we know when that moment was about to come. He was given the instruction, and she was told, for doing this act for me, temples will be built as Durga, as Bhadrakali, as Vijaya, as Vaishnavi, as Chandika, Madhavi, Kanyakumari, Narayani. All these temples will be built in your name, because the illusionary form, my dear friends, Yog Maya is a transcendental sleep. Yog Maya was instructed what to do. And pondering upon, my dear friends, it is said, all has been set where Sri Krishna avatar, my dear devotees, as we pray in this moment, the Rajagun, the Tamagun, the Tamasic Gun, the not so good quality, the Durgunas, when we worship in this Janamashtmi, we rejuvenate, we bring that cleanliness, that purity to the Divine Lord. We bring that purity to Bhagavan. It says, my dear Bhaktajano, as that Yog Maya take that instruction, she performed the miraculous act. The moment was about to happen. When it says, Bhaktajano, Shukadev was telling the story. The most delighted hour is about to come upon us. As in Bhagavad Mahapuran, in this shloka it tells us.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Ata sarva guna veta kala parama शोभना यह अर्धंज जनमूर्छना शांतराक्ष ग्राहतराकम् ॐ नमो
भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ईशं प्रास्यं दुर्गानं निरमालोका दोयहायं महिमा मंगल भूषिष्टापर ग्राभ्रजायं कारकायम् ॐ
नमो भगवते
वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
नवदा प्रस्या सहलीला हृदय जलरू हि श्रीशाय विजलिङ्कूलं सन्नादास्य ताम्बकावर नाराजाय ॐ
नमो भगवते
वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
अतः सर्वगुणापेतं काल परमाशौबनः. Now has come, my dear friends, the most delighted hour, fraught with blessings, when precisely the asterisk nakshatra, where Rohani, as it is told, I don't think practically at this moment, in the Kahani it is, in this Bhagavad Katha it is, but according to the Panchang, Rohini is still a little bit to come. And it says in the asterisk, the nakshatra, Rohini nakshatra, as it is still Bharani, the sign, the star, presided by over Lord Brahma. All nakshatra have a particular deity. Bhakta Jano, the birthless Sriman Narayana, was about to ascend on this asterisk, on this nakshatra, with the appropriate planetary influences. The stars bore that most gentle aspect. It says the quarters, the universe, become clear, no more cloud, as it was autumn, my dear friends. Although it was a rainy season, which has not ended, the mark of the presence of Bhagavan Shri Krishna in our world. My dear devotees, Mother Earth, Bhumi Devi, was about to rejoice. The tongues, the Nagara, the Gaon, the villages, the cities, the station, the cowherds, the gopis, the Gwal inhabitants, they were full in the festive mode as you are, bedecked, dressed beautifully, handsomely, with your prasadam, waiting for that moment, my dear friends. The earth, the burden has been lifted. Just as when you know when someone is about to come to help you and to save you. My dear Bhakta Jano, the breeze, the wind was hollow. It came from all directions. The holy Yamuna river, which is in today's life has become totally, not totally, close to dried up. As the Saraswati already has dried up. But the Yamuna river which is there, the Yamuna river were excited, wafting, O man, the sweet fragrance of the wind. Bhakta Jano, in this moment, the twice born, it says, Kamsa, was about to reach that agony, my dear friends. The mind of the righteous became cheerful. The oppressed become happier. The oppressor started to be fearful. That gut feeling, as we will see, when the birthless Lord, my dear friends, about to be born. Bhakta Jano, as Bhagavan was about to be born, it says the kettle drums, the instruments, the heavens, the kanaras, the gandharvas, the siddhas, the vidharas, the celestial women, the dancers, they were all, the gungaru, the instruments was all on the go. As that midnight hour was about to envelop, my dear friends, in this shloka, Bhagavan make his advent into this world. As we chant to Bhagavan, my dear friends, as our instruments, Bhagavan Shri Krishna will take his avatar in our world, in our life. Permit me, as we plunge into Srimad Bhagavat Mahapurana.
जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल,
हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल,
everybody,
जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल.
निश्चेतम उद्याने जाय मान जानार्दायने देवाकं देवारूपीणं न्यायपं विष्णु सर्गुता आवाशं यत प्राक्षाय श्रीदाकं पुष्कारणम्.
जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल,
हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा
रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल,
जय जय राधा
मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रे मैंने हरि बोल.
स्वागतं शरणागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण. Everybody,
स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण
स्वागतं सुस्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण
स्वागतं सुस्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण
स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण
स्वागतं तु स्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण
स्वागतं सुस्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण
स्वागतं सुस्वागतं शरणागतं कृष्ण
Everybody स्वागतं सुस्वागतं
शरणागतं कृष्ण
शरणागतं कृष्ण
शरणागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण शरणागतं कृष्ण
प्रेम से वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की and take your seat. My dear friends, the midnight hour envelope and the Lord manifests in that cell. And we know the idea is the Lord rejuvenate, the Lord manifest himself in all of us, oh man. All the chains and everything was, the shackles were removed. Yog Maya, the Durga Devi, was transferred by the Bhakta Jano. And Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan with Shankha Chak Gat Padmala. And of course, Devaki plead to Bhagavan, may you please come in the form of a baby. Because he appeared with Shankh Chak Gad Padmala. And my dear friends, this Krishna Janmashtmi, as the Lord took and as the Lord manifests himself, may you and I appreciate what Bhagavan, Parampita, is doing for us. And do not be fade away and lost and say sometime, where is this God? This world is full of Dukkayala. Is he real? I give up on him because he's not helping me. He's not coming to my side. Oh man, this world is not meant for happiness. You get it wrong. This world is not meant for pleasure. It's like going to a hospital and seeing the administrator and complaining why all these sick people are in here. You wouldn't do that because that is meant for there. And this world, this earthly plane is meant for Dukkayala. But you didn't understand it, so sufferings. But it's for you to use this body and get through. And the Lord, as I told you a few nights ago, from the fish form, Matsarupam, Kurmarupam, we evolve the same way. And when Shri Krishna comes, is that Purna avatar, that full-fledged avatar, he come, my dear friends. Let this, forget about all the mantras and the singing and the katha, but understand, let this come close to home. If not, it is not serving a purpose. If we are 20 years old, 15 years old, 18 years old, whatever amount of years old, it haven't served a purpose. Let it get home to you that the Lord manifests himself where? Here. Not over there, not in the temple, not in India, not in Canada, not in the US. The Lord again put his foot down. As Bhagavan says, my dear friends, he tells us, Dharma Stapanam, the righteous path, O child, O children, stay on this path. Stay on this righteous path. Do not fall away. Thank God we can get through the tunnel of life. If we breathe rough someday or not, we are getting through. But if we stall, there's no way out. And so tonight, as we come to Bhagavan Shri Krishna, our Shrota, we will firstly come and do puja. Our brahmacharis, please get prepared, taris, prasadam tables. If anybody want to do the Krishna Sohar, think of it in the meantime. If not, it'll bounce back to me. I'll watch me like, no. I give them a little heads up. Krishna Sohar, if you want to. Janamaho Krishna Murari, Jagata Hita Karanaho. If not, I'll do it, of course. But if you want a privilege, go ahead. We'll have a prasadam offer. our shrotas will do. Keep rocking. You will come forward, you will offer to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. There's smaller table. Do not put all your prasadam in that hammock. We're going to suffocate Shri Krishna, feed him, wave that arati, offer your dakshina. Whatever you want, you talk to your Krishna. Don't worry. Enjoy every moment that you're in front of him. He is within you. Enjoy every moment. And then a container on the other side of that table will have where you can put your excess prasadam. Please, again, as I said, if you finish your prasadam, some people like to charhavara prasadam then eat. Please feel free, but get something in your stomach. I don't want you to pass out on me or anything of the sort. But please, as we continue to echo the sentiments of Bhagavan as our shrotas, perform puja. Anybody singing Krishna Sohar? Okay. Janamaho Krishna Murari Jagata Hitta Karanayo. Janamaho Krishna Murari Jagata